I think. No, not yet. Now we're live.
We're live. Round two.
Round two of Kendrick and Dusty Talk Sports. I'm Wade Sports Director Kendrick Haskins, along with Dusty Baker. Busy day in sports today.
It's been kind of hectic is the easiest way to put it. And it hasn't been just one single sport. It kind of goes across everything in the sports world at the moment.
So. I mean, you've got former Cards and future Cats and newcomers to the UK family, all of that, and plus some soccer news with Racing Louisville. Plenty to get to.
It's exciting, especially for those that are excited for what's going to happen in November. There's a lot of basketball action on the court happening at the moment right now.
And especially coming up in July. I mean, right here at the end of the month, the TBT, the Ville signing a new player, a player that we kind of knew was coming, but was still glad to have it official. We have Kyle Kuric coming back to play for the Ville. Kuric's name was mentioned as a possibility to play on the team months ago, but he had to await clearance from his team in St. Petersburg. This morning, it became official. Looking forward to seeing Kyle light up from the corner like he did when he was a Card. Also, future Wildcat Santos Surreal will become the first amateur to play in the TBT when he suits up for team overtime. They are playing in the Dayton bracket.
And when you look at not just the Louisville side of things, but we're going to go down to Lexington as well. And quite a bit of news in that department, Kendrick. Starting first of all, how about an addition for Coach Calipari right here? We're talking about Chuck Martin. This is a pretty decent hire. There are a lot of new pieces to this Wildcat squad, but Martin joining the squad as he will be hired as an assistant coach and also the recruiting coordinator as well. Martin will head over from Eugene after serving as the Oregon assistant coach. And of course, Martin and Calipari, they also previously worked together, by the way, Kendrick. That was back in 2006 to 2008. And that was with Memphis. Martin joined the Oregon staff just a year ago. He's got a pretty accomplished resume, Kendrick. We're talking 24-year coaching career. And here's just a few of the schools that he was a part of: Seton Hall, UMass, Drexel, St. John's, Marist, Indiana, and also South Carolina. So that's a pretty good haul for them at the moment.
And Calipari beefing up that coaching staff heading into the season. Of course, they play over in Canada starting next week.
And with that move to Canada, we've had a chance to talk to a few of these players. And needless to say, practice has been going pretty well for them. When you look at what's going to be ahead of them here, the Wildcat squad, they're gearing up to move to Toronto this upcoming week. They will be representing Team USA in the Global Jam 2023. They will face off against Germany, Canada, and Team Africa. Now, with this being such a new group of players, Kendrick, it'll be a great opportunity for them to play together for the first time as an actual team, especially against unfamiliar opponents as well. Now,
grown men.
This is a 23 and under tournament. So they will be facing a lot of older gentlemen and scholars, as we like to play it. But we talked to the players, and they say that they are clicking nicely at the moment in preparation for what should, at this time, be a great opportunity to come together as one.
I feel like with this group of guys, with the way we're playing and how hard they want to play, I think we're going to make a really good run. It's really amazing seeing everybody coming together.
It's going to be a great group because we all want to see each other happy. We all want to see each other eat. And it's like we all can do everything, like score, we can pass, we can pick each other up.
I feel like we play and all that stuff just to get to know one another because it's all new. We are a new team, so we've just been playing and practicing and trying to.
Now, to put it simply, Kendrick, I got to tell you, this is going to be a really exciting squad. You look at 2022, there were 2 5-stars that Kentucky recruited. Cason Wallace was the number 10, and then you had Chris Livingston at number 12. Just to give you an idea of how good this squad is going to be, at least on paper, it's really impressive. 5 stars, we're talking 5 stars. They have the number 3 recruit, that's Justin Edwards. Number 4 recruit, that's Aaron Bradshaw. The number 6 recruit, DJ Wagner, and then the number 16 recruit, Robert Dillingham. Those are all 5 stars. Let's not forget the 4-star Reed Shepard as well.
Son of Jeff Shepard. He had an excellent career as a Kentucky player. We played under Tubby Smith on that 98 national championship team. He comes from a very strong pedigree.
It's going to be a loaded squad heading into this year. So what a start in Canada.
All right. And coming back home We have a huge weekend for AAU basketball here in town, and the familiar faces out there. We also have the #1 player in 2025 playing out there. Her name's Jazzy. I'm forgetting her last name. Sorry about that, Jazzy. But the star of the show is Bella Ragone, a 6'2" sophomore playing for Team Trey in the Run for Rose Classic. The kid's got game. She can handle the ball, shoot, and find an open teammate. And all, by the way, she's Dave Ragone's daughter, former U of L quarterback. Of course, his wife also played basketball at U of L. Bella was actually born in Louisville, so being back here where mom and dad played and where she was born, she's happy to be playing where they play their college basketball.
No, it's crazy. It's surreal. Just knowing my mom played here and the legacy she left behind. And, it's just amazing just being here and playing in the same building that she did. It's just like, I can't even. It's crazy.
It's fun for, with my wife and I, obviously, she was born here. So for us to play here where she was born and then watching her play now and her own journey, it's been pretty cool so far.
So, Dusty, you haven't gotten to the point to where you're covering people that you cover or people that you know's kids. I'm at that point now.
You're getting old, man.
I am getting old. I mean, I used to pick up basketball with Dave Ragone back when he did radio here, and he was living here for a while after he graduated from U of L and finished his pro career. He played over in NFL Europe, things like that. Great guy. But it makes you feel old when you see their 16-year-old kids out there competing, and she can play, and she's better than dad already. Feel free saying that.
It's impressive to watch that. I will give Kendrick at least some credit. Now you're not playing basketball. Both of us are retired from basketball.
Yeah, but you
Two very different reasons.
I'm retired because I'm old. You're retired because you're hurt.
Tore my ACL. I tore my ACL. But you know what, Kendrick? I'm not the only one out there that has torn an ACL. In fact, there's some great positive news, and this is inspiring to somebody like myself that really wants to get back out on the field.
You might return to the pitch.
I will not be playing basketball. Maybe the pitch, but I can tell you, Nadia Nadim, she is a heck of a lot better than I ever will be. Nadia Nadim is back. She is back, folks, for Racing Louisville. Certainly excited about this edition. The 35-year-old Nadim back in the lineup after being activated off the season-ending injury. She has, of course, torn her ACL. The 17-year veteran will be back on the pitch to face Kansas City on Friday. And 10 months, Kendrick, that she was out because of this torn ACL that she sustained back in September against Portland. Needless to say, this is going to be a huge – it's almost – we talk about sometimes you make trades that obviously can benefit a team. In this sense, it's like a trade that they didn't need to make. Like they just got the goods to be able to push them forward, especially at a time where they really need some help. They of course lose DeMello to Team USA, so this is going to be nice to have them coming back.
They got better. Of course, Nadia's coming off. She had a colossal leg injury before this one, and so to have her back and to have her because she's been here at Race, but we haven't seen her that much because she has had some major injuries. So to be able to see her back out on the field, I don't know if you probably haven't been around her much. She lights up a room when she walks in. She's super nice. And it's glad to see her. And she, like I said, she's an inspiration because she has overcome injury after injury. And she's also a doctor. She's Dr. Nadia Nadim.
She fixes her own ACL, maybe.
It's good to see her back out there on the pitch.
When you see Louisville and Racing Louisville specifically out on the pitch, not only are you going to see Nadim, but you're going to see a couple other very talented players. They are also bringing up a young face. How about somebody that doesn't come from very far down the road? Racing Louisville's Amina Ekic, also talented. But here, look at this. She's not going to be playing for Racing. She will actually be called up to represent the Bosnian national team. Both of Ekic's parents, they were born there. Now, Ekic, she is a Louisville native.
Manual grad.
And there you go, right there. The Manual grad in her third year playing as a pro in the WSL. However, she will represent Bosnia for the friendlies against Greece and Hungary on July the 15th and the 18th. Meanwhile, Racing Louisville is going to continue to have to kind of learn how to adjust. This is probably one of the most challenging parts of soccer is when you lose key pieces based off of the international competition. Right. And we've talked about this often. How do you adjust? Well, Racing's going to have to find a way. Having Nadim come back, that'll definitely be a nice addition.
That's a huge addition. It's like you said, because so many teams are replacing their stars right now because they're playing overseas and playing in Australia in the World Cup. So you do have an advantage when you have someone who is World Cup quality when she's 100%. coming back to your roster with, like I said, without having to make any moves, without any kind of transaction. She's there. Now there's a thing of getting back into game shape, because there's a much bigger difference between being in shape like we are and being in game shape, especially out there on the pitch.
The boxing is working for Kendrick, though. Kendrick has been going to boxing classes constantly. You're getting jacked, man. You're getting bigger and stronger while I'm sitting here resting my leg every day, just watching people like Nadia and Nadim doing better things than I am.
Shout out to TKO Boxing and my trainer, Levon Breckenridge, who I think has a personal vendetta on me every time I go to the gym. I'm worn out, and you can see it on my face every time I walk in
Tell
here.
the people why. What did he make you do today? It was ridiculous. Kendrick's not even sweating walking into the office, yet lay it down for them.
That's because there's no sweat left to perspire out of me. But I'd say I do 5 exercises a stretch, then I jump rope for 15 minutes. And then what did I do? I boxed 3 rounds with a weight in my hand. The first round's a 1 pound weight, second a 2 pound weight. I did 4 rounds, a 3 pound weight, and then Levon forgot to bring out the 4 pound weight, so I had to do the 4th round with a 5 pound weight. And while just saying 1, 2 doesn't sound like that much, holding them up and throwing punches for 3 minutes with 30 seconds rest is not fun. But my friend, it doesn't stop there.
And it continues. And there's more.
It continues. So after that, I think actually before the before the rounds, I did push-ups. You do the diamond push-ups.
Those are actually some of the worst push-ups that you can do. I mean, those hurt. Those really hurt.
Yes.
Uncomfortable as heck.
20 of those. Then again, with your hands like this, if you can see. 20 more of those.
That angle.
20 more of those.
That's
and
horrible.
So it's about 80 push-ups.
That's torture, man.
And then leg throws, middle, side. That was 15 each.
Yeah.
And then 3 rounds of mitt work, which is basically 3 rounds of boxing. Luckily, I don't get hit. I'm just throwing punches the whole time. Then I did what we call Ali's, where you lay on your back and you just like that.
It's like a crunch.
It's a
Essentially,
crunch,
it's a
except
crunch.
you don't go all the way down. You don't go all the way up. 200 of those.
That sounds terrible. I think I will be going home and watching a movie. And that is
Stomach's getting flat.
it's looking good, man. It's looking good. The pro rehab folks for me, they've done a great job. If they are watching this, they'll be like, Dusty, you do things in the morning too, but I'm not doing 200 of those. Don't give them any idea, by the way. I hope they're not watching for that one reason. But
Send Levon over there to work for them.
yeah, please don't do that for me.
The good thing is, here's where I get my revenge. So Levon is an actual boxer.
There you go.
So he's in training right now because he has a fight at the end of the month. So everything I'm going through, he's going through 10 times worse. And you should see him walking around the gym right now. He's way more sore than I am.
I'm sure he is, and he's probably just jacked out of his mind.
He's completely ripped.
Yeah.
He thing is he's my height. He fights at like 140.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean, he walks around at like 180, I think, but he's around 140.
Don't upset him.
6-pack.
Don't upset him. Don't cut him in line at the grocery store. Just let him
The
be.
good thing is I pick on him and he just laughs. I call him everything under the book and he just laughs.
Maybe that's why he's preparing you. He's preparing you for the ultimate duel between the two of you.
Oh,
We will
that
put
was
that
the
on
thing,
TV, honestly.
That was the thing he said today. He's like, yeah, I want you to be able to make decisions while you're tired, which I knew what that meant.
How does that mean? What does that mean to you right now?
It means that I'm very sore, and I'm glad that tomorrow is my last trip to the boxing gym for a week.
There you go. We're happy for you, Kendrick. There's your little rundown on the inside of the day-to-day of the sports department. We're either injured or tired, or quite frankly, both.
Right.
Quite frankly.
Right. Anyway, well, we'll do this again at some point. Maybe tomorrow. Dusty, I'm sure you'll probably do this a couple times next week. I'll be on vacation next week,
Yeah.
but I'm sure Dusty will probably do this a few times next week because there's a lot of sports news going on, and for some reason, this is the best place to put it. So
if you have any questions too, or if you have anything you'd like for us to talk about, there's a great and easy way to connect with us. Find us on Twitter. If you're watching us right now, you may be watching us through YouTube. You could be watching us through Twitch, through Facebook. Do yourself a favor right now. and go to your Twitter account. Follow us at Wave News Sports. Very easy, Wave News Sports. You can also follow Kendrick in my own personal account. He's at Kendrick Haskins. I'm at Dusty Baker TV. And you'll find our content, and you can message us. You can tweet at us any
Right.
questions you want us to talk about. There's a lot, as you mentioned, going on in sports. You saw Ellie De La Cruz.
How about that yesterday?
Oh, my goodness. He's an
How about
absolute
yesterday?
machine,
There
right?
can't be a much better moment than them trying to check your bat, saying that you're cheating, and then you smash one 455 feet, and then say you want to check it now.
And the way that he did it too was just enough that it wasn't like over the top. He
Right.
was just saying, "Look at me, man! I got more power than any other player in the league." I think we're going to see him in the home run derby in
I
a
think he
year from
turned it
now.
down. I think he turned it down this year.
He needs
but
to do it, man. I would love to see that kid hit 500 plus,
Right.
feet bombs. And,
He's,
oh
that-
man,
he's so awesome. So glad to see him
He's so
right up the
special.
road. So glad that he passed through here. You got a chance to talk to him.
He was
before
so
he went to
nice.
Cincinnati.
Such a nice guy. And, the other thing is, and with the Louisville bats specifically, there's a whole new crop that's come through as well. Keep an eye on Connor Phillips. Keep an eye on Noelvi Marte. Talk about triples that he just continues to bring out. Every day it seems like I'm going on Twitter and up it's another Noelvi Marte triple. He's one of the pieces that they acquired when they traded away Luis Castillo, which if there's one move maybe that they regret a little bit now, considering they could use a piece of the starting rotation, maybe you look at that like, okay, they got good pieces, but man, how good would it be to have Castillo in that rotation right now? But Andrew Abbott looks great there. I'm not going to harp against the Reds. They look great. They won again today.
Mhm.
It's a good ball club.
No coincidence that a guy named Dusty Baker is our baseball expert.
I got all your baseball questions
You got
right
your
here. You
baseball
find me.
covered. But again, thanks again for joining us. Of course, we're on live, but of course you can watch it whenever you want to. It's on our Wave Sports Twitter page, on the Wave News page, also on Facebook, YouTube. I think did we hit the Twitch button too?
We did hit the Twitch button. We're not going to hit the Threads button.
Not yet.
We're not going to do that at least yet.
It's
who
coming.
knows? In this world, man, I don't know. There's a new social media app every day.
Right.
I swear.
Right.
Bat MySpace.
I had my space. But all right, but we're gonna wrap it up here for Dusty Baker. I'm Kendrick Haskins, and you have a good night.
Take care, everybody.